on and do a video all about an amazing weekend that I had in Saratoga Springs, New York. I haven't had a really fun driving trip in ages, and this weekend was just what I needed. Saratoga Springs is so cute. It's wonderful for a wellness trip, a foodie trip, a history trip. There's tons of fascinating Revolutionary War history that's really cool. And I just had a great weekend. So I wanted to let you know up front that this video was made possible by Discover Saratoga. They were kind enough to host me on a press trip where I got to experience the area for about 3 days, and it was the perfect amount of time to get to know Saratoga Springs, and I hope that I can go back soon. So I really hope that this video inspires you to travel there as well, because I really think that it's a great place, not only for solo travelers, but for travelers who are looking for a cool art scene. Again, anyone who's a foodie. And obviously, if you like horse racing, that goes without saying, but there is plenty to see and do when it is not race season. I personally visited in November, and that was a great time to go because it wasn't very crowded and there was still a ton of stuff to do. So let's talk all about my weekend in Saratoga Springs. Good morning, guys. So I'm off to Saratoga Springs this morning for a cheeky weekend. It'll be super fun. I'm excited to share everything that I see and do, and it'll be great. So it's going to take me about 3.5 hours to get there. And first we're going to stop at Roosevelt Spa, which I am dying to try. I need a spa. So let's go on the highway, and I'll see you all in 3.5 hours. Hi everyone, so I made it to the spa. It's so pretty here. There's lots of trees. It's very peaceful and scenic. So I'm gonna go in now and I'll take you with me. So I'm all ready to go. I have my robe on. This will be really nice. So I'm in my private soaking room right now, and it's amazing. And I'm going to soak in this tub. I'm so excited. Look at this. There's my tub right there. It's a salt bath. It's gonna be super relaxing. I cannot wait. And I'm speaking quietly because I don't want to disturb anyone else. So that was absolutely heavenly. There's no other way to say it. It was heavenly. So I'm gonna go take a walk around the park and then go to the Automobile Museum. So see you there. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have to tell you, after driving for so long, walking around Saratoga Spa State Park was a wonderful way to stretch my legs. In the late fall, the weather is still comfortable, and it was nice just exploring the park. I saw a lot of people exercising and walking their dogs. And as a visitor, definitely check out the springs themselves. Saratoga Springs is known for its healing water, so you definitely want to check that out. Next on my list was the Automobile Museum located inside the park. And this little local museum was really, really cool. There were a ton of antique cars, including a car that was owned by Al Capone. So it was really fascinating. I highly recommend stopping here if you have an interest in classic cars. Even though me personally, I am not too knowledgeable about cars, I thought it was awesome. I'm a sucker for museums anyway, so this was right up my alley. Before I start this section, I just want to apologize in advance for all of the traffic that you see behind me. The cars here are not as pretty or as cool as the ones in the Automobile Museum. Those cars were awesome. These ones are not as flashy. But anyway, regardless. After the museum, I did a 10-minute drive to downtown Saratoga, and I highly recommend as a traveler that you stay in the heart of the downtown if you can, because that really is where all the action happens. There are so many cultural attractions and cool areas to walk, great restaurants, great cafes, amazing shopping. We all know that I love my shopping, obviously. Apparently I can't go on a trip without bringing back a bunch of souvenirs, but that's a good problem to have. So yeah, I definitely want to share where I stayed, all the attractions to do in the downtown. And actually in this itinerary, my second day, I didn't get in my car once, which was really, really cool because
you know, it is a hassle driving all over the place, and just being able to walk to all the sites. I didn't have to worry about like if I was going to enjoy a cocktail and drive or get lost or anything like that. So I highly recommend you spend at least one day in downtown Saratoga, because I promise there's so much to see and do and you will not get bored.
All right, so we are at Spa City Motor Lodge, and this is my wonderful room. I love how ginormous this bed is. I'm gonna sleep so good tonight. Oh my gosh, it looks so cozy. And I do like, I can see my car right from the window, which is cool. Yep, right over the parking lot. Great location, you're right in the middle of everything, right downtown. Nice TV here. We got robes. And then I love the bathroom. It's really cute. And we also have some really nice shampoo products. Very cute, very clean, excellent choice if you're staying here in Saratoga. So now I'm gonna go and get ready for dinner. Bye.
Before going to dinner, I had a chance to walk around the downtown a little bit and do some shopping. Obviously, I needed some fuel, so I got some fresh Saratoga water, as well as a sandwich from Putnam Market, which is really delicious and I highly recommend it. So, I really love Lyrical Ballad Bookstore. This was one of my first stops when I was exploring downtown Saratoga. I highly recommend it for all book lovers. In addition, you also want to check out Saratoga's Tea and Honey Company. I had an autumn tea, which was to die for. It was so well prepared and gave me a lot of energy. And no joke, I would come here every day if I could. Before dinner, I also did a quick stroll around Congress Park. You can sample an abundance of springs here. Just be warned, some of them can have a strong taste, but supposedly they have health benefits, so it's worth a try. Give it a shot, you may like it. For my first night in Saratoga Springs, I had an amazing dinner at Kindred, and then I went to Cafe Lena, which is a listening room where you can experience some wonderful live music. Kindred's food was amazing, and Cafe Lena's music was amazing. It really is the perfect night out, and I highly recommend it to all travelers. Even if you're by yourself, both of these places were very solo travel friendly, so don't miss out. And for Cafe Lena, just as a side note, make sure that you book tickets in advance because they do sell out. I was there on a Thursday night, and let me tell you, it was jam-packed. Like, it was insanely packed. This is a really popular place to go at night, so you want to make sure that you have those tickets in advance.
Hey guys, so good morning. It's another beautiful day out. I'm finally awake and refreshed, so today I'm going to get some amazing breakfast. I'm going to check out some museums, go shopping, go out for cocktails. Like, I have a great day planned here in Saratoga Springs, and I'm excited to take you along with me. So let's head out.
Just chiming in to say that these lemon regatta pancakes beat Bobby Flay, and yes, they were that good. My next stop was the Saratoga Springs History Museum, which was amazing. I was lucky enough to have a tour through the exhibits, and it was super fascinating to learn all about tourism in this region, as well as the time period when the building used to be a place of gambling, which was really cool to learn about. My tour guide also told me a bit about the haunted history of this building, which I found fascinating because I love paranormal history. Afterwards, I decided to check out another museum, which is the Saratoga Museum of Racing and Hall of Fame. If you are familiar with Saratoga Springs at all, then you already know that horse racing is incredibly popular here, especially in the summer months when the tracks are open. But even if you go in the off season like me, you can still experience this horse racing history through the museum. The videos in there were amazing, the exhibits were interactive and fun, and you can even do a recording where you call your own horse race, which I really liked. And if you're looking for a little fun at the end of your day, definitely check out Boca Bistro. I love this place because you could have tapas instead of full plates. So I had a chance to try a bit of everything, which is awesome as a solo traveler because sometimes I don't want to have just a huge plate of one meal. I want to try a lot of different ones. And it was good. It was really, really good. On my last day in Saratoga Springs, I had to wake up and drive to Waterfront Park at Saratoga Lake, which was absolutely gorgeous. In late autumn, I was the only person there, so I could just enjoy the view, watch the ducks, listen to the peaceful quiet around me, and it was wonderful. But I had a busy day, so I couldn't stay for too long, but it's highly worth it. So afterwards, I went for a quick and healthy brunch at Lago by Druthers, which is right on the lake, and it's really beautiful. You can have a nice view as you dine, and it's a short drive to one of the most famous parks in all of Saratoga County. And here you can learn all about Revolutionary War history. Of course, I'm talking about Saratoga National Historical Park, which is run by the U.S. National Park Service, and they do an amazing job of making the battlefields accessible. And even if you're not a huge history buff, I highly recommend spending at least 2 to 3 hours in the park because it really was a huge turning point for the Revolutionary War. And I thought it was especially fascinating to learn all about Benedict Arnold. Even though he's associated with being a traitor to the United States, he did fight very nobly in this battle. And it was actually where he injured his leg and then took a turn for the worst and turned against the United States. So it's really interesting from a historical standpoint. When I went in November, a lot of the attractions were closed, but it was still highly worth it. And I'll be honest, it took me over 2 hours to go through everything. So you definitely want to dedicate a lot of time to this park. It is incredible. And again, it's a national park, so you'll have a lot of park rangers there to help you out. And they are awesome. They're extremely helpful. They'll give you maps, and they're so passionate about what they do. I could have actually bought the entire gift store. I loved it so much. For coming with me on my adventures throughout Saratoga Springs. As you can see, it has everything: history, horses, nature, wellness, great food, museums. It's not fair. It's not fair. I want to move. It's not fair. It was so much fun. I actually, when I got back, pulled up Zillow to check out real estate because why not? It's not fair. I loved it. And I highly recommend that you visit for a weekend or longer. I personally enjoyed fall a lot, even though there were no races happening when I was in Saratoga. It was still a ton of fun. I'm sure racing season is a total vibe as well. So whenever you can go, definitely check it out. If you have any more questions about Saratoga Springs, feel free to drop a comment for me, or even better, if you want to reach out to Discover Saratoga. They were an absolute gem to work with. So obviously I think they would be great for visitors too. So reach out to them if you have any questions about planning your trip. They're just awesome. So thanks for sticking with me. As always, feel free to subscribe if you like this content. Hopefully I'm getting a little better at the YouTube game. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, travelers. Have a good one.